Apartment by Blake-Izayoi, or Izayoi. I'm not familiar with the name. Now this person also made Azure Purgatory, and that was a really good map. It had a really good utilization of space. It had like a really cool aesthetic. It felt like a Quake map, but an NZP, which is fitting because, well, NZP is a fork of the Quake engine, basically. So I'm expecting great things here. Right at the gate, it is clipped properly, which is good. I can't get out of the map. That's one thing that mappers tend to always forget, is putting clip brushes outside. Springfield for 200. Icky. 750. Let's go this way. Options. What's here? 500 for power. Here's a little projector. Type. Type 100 for 1,000. It's always good. I'm planning a new release method for my channel. I'm gonna be making much of the videos early on and then releasing them later. That way I can focus on working on Simulacra 2 whilst also releasing videos from my channel. So it's a new release strategy. It might work, it might not. I've literally only started doing it, so I don't know exactly what's going to happen. If it doesn't work out, then I've still got options. I can tell right out the gate, this map is not messing around. There's really only one quote-unquote safe spot. This area looks kind of like a transitory space, a transitionary area that gets flooded very quickly with zombies. And that's actually like a good thing. You want spots like this in your map. Make it more interesting. That's what you're constantly fighting against when you're making maps, is you want to make it more and more interesting. Always be gunning for that, you know. Not entirely sure what this is. The mapper did state that this map was based on their apartment complex. Interesting. Hello. Bunch of unwanted guests. I presume this is made using the default WADs included with NZP, because I recognize a lot of these textures. Guess I'll turn on the power real quick. Okay, so there is collision on the perks. That's good. I will say, having the Type 100 be the third wall buy you come across probably isn't the best idea. I like to, when it comes to actually making maps, I like to have automatic weapons be like one of the last wall buys you come across, because automatic weapons are just so much better in zombies. Let's go in here. Double tap 2, of course. I like that sticking out of the wall. That's pretty funny. FG42. Like, I'd put the Type 2 right here and maybe put like the trench shotgun on the wall right there. Just to like add more pacing. I like to put automatic weapons in spots where it's not entirely ideal to go get them. You have to like risk something. I also never put like the bolt action guns on the wall. I just find that they're so weak that there's no use in actually putting them on the wall, quite frankly. But the only exception maybe being the scoped Car 98K. It's like that gun is it has an interesting spot in the balancing because it is perfectly balanced. You get like a scope and a reasonably powerful gun, but the scope is like the balancing part. So where does it fit? How do you put it? You know. Ooh. Wait, what? Okay. That's interesting. Unless that's like an Easter egg. Yeah, I'm thinking that's probably an Easter egg, considering there's a barricade right there. I almost forgot about it, and that would have been bad. Take it this is like some sort of storage room. I like that you can see outside. That's pretty cool. I always like a bit of outdoor lighting in my maps. Lots of little details too, like these vents, you know. That's pretty good. Let's just check around here. Check to make sure you didn't accidentally forget to put clipping on the box, like so many other mappers do. Let's go in here and get some jug. It's in a good spot. It's in a really good spot. It's in a dead end, right? Ooh, STG on the wall. I take it. Yeah, this is pretty much where the map ends. So this is like a holdout spot. It's always good. There's no apparently obvious camping, not camping, training spot. Maybe the spawn room. Is that to say that camping is like the pinnacle of map design? We obviously do want training spots, but we want the player to improvise and not be too comfortable, right? That's why a lot of people don't like Kino. It's because the player gets too comfortable. And like it's like an official map, right? It's too easy. Too easy, too casual. You can't die. Ooh, STG. Oh, yeah. Please excuse that. That's probably my dad. Still living with my parents at the moment. I guess that's the whole map, and we're already on round 8. I'll cut it off at round 10, just so we can look at the finer details. I like the out of map environments. They're really, really nice. That did a really good job. Does a really good job placing this inside an apartment block. It's very atmospheric in that regard. Can you jump through the window? No. Well, that would be really cool if you could. That would be really cool interconnectivity. It's a pretty small survival map, I'd say. The rooms connect to each other pretty well. Like room-to-room interconnectivity is fine, but being able to jump through this giant frickin' window right here, that would be sick. And zombies can obviously hit you off the sides. It'd be really cool if you could just jump through this window. It would make the map a little bit easier, because then once you go through the window, zombies have to chase you around. But I think that's fine. These are both kind of like in dead-end locations anyway. And I guess you're just never going to get Deadshot. It's just out there to waste. How unfortunate. Rip my boy Deadshot. I don't even know why. He's not that OP. Just kind of funny. You get the four main perks. Might I suggest adding a viable ending? Maybe another door, even though it's not like authentic to your apartment. Add another door right here that the player can buy to leave. There's a couple really good camping spots. Like right here is a pretty good one. I'd suggest probably like putting another spawn here. But yeah. This is like the only really safe spot to actually train. And that's good. Excuse me. Round 10. After this, I guess I'll just start no clipping. Ooh, waff. Hell yeah. I'm going to try it. I'm going to try doing the training strat. I think that'd be really fun. Yeah, you've just got this big bedroom right here. And this is your only spot to hoard up the zombies. For high rounds, that is. Obviously, every camping strategy does fail. Which is why it's okay to have them. It's okay to have dead-end rooms, because they're inevitably going to be meaningless in the long term, you know. Where people are trying to get to higher and higher rounds. They're going to have to resort to hoarding up the zombies. Anyway, that was pretty fun. Let's start no clipping. Let's do... why am I... No clip. God. Let's see how the map looks outside. You have this whole outdoor area? I didn't even see that. I didn't even see this structure out here. Look at all this terrain. Look at that. That's really, really neat. I'd suggest putting more holes here, because, you know, you can't really see. I can't really appreciate all that terrain out there. You have all this really cool outdoor detailing, and you can't really see it. So you might wanna adjust that. Let's take a look at the layout from a bird's eye view. Take it, this is just like a zombie spawn zone. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's really, really simple. It's just like a little short, sweet survival map. There really isn't much to it. Yeah, adding a buyable ending, and it would be perfect, quite frankly. And obviously, more ways to see this giant, beautiful view would be pretty nice. Maybe have like another hole in the window right here, or maybe just make this an open window. Yeah. Sold. Stellar map. Great work. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and have a nice day.